Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, June 18th. We've got gold on the move this morning. It's made a breakout. It's made a new 2010 high. And fortunately, we didn't get in down at the 1220 area. I really thought that it was going to have more of a pullback. The chart is pretty bullish looking. Looking at the ETFs for gold, they've had quite a surge of volume, indicating everybody's been piling in. And usually that's a sign that the market's, it's too blatantly obvious that gold wants to move higher. When you see all the money moving into the ETFs like that, a lot of times the move is pretty much over. So I have a hesitant feeling. As much as I'd like to jump in and put a small position on and chase gold up here just so that we're in it, I'm very hesitant just because the ETF volume is really high, and if the ETF volume is really high, it means most people have jumped in and they're trying to play this and they're already in. And I don't like to chase that way, because it's usually by the time you jump in, when you're chasing like that, it's already made a big move, and that's why you're jumping in, because you're in a panic and you're chasing it, and that's when it reverses. So I am still hesitant to buy gold here. This morning we had a average contracts for gold was about 200 contracts every minute going off, and somebody I guess put a big fat order in and bought about 3,500 contracts, which just sent gold straight up one big bar. And I guess they just did a market order. So it's, as much as gold's up, it was one big order that really sent it straight up. And of course, once it broke the highs, the 2010 highs, it triggered a bunch of short covering and also a bunch of people to go long. So that's why we got a quick spike there. Anyways, if we look at the move again, I think it's very similar to, I think we're going to have some type of pause later today. I do wish we were in gold for sure, but I don't want to chase here. There's always lots of opportunities to get in. I just wanted to see one big shake out there before we took a long position. Anyways, this is the 60-minute chart of gold. We had that strong run up before we had a pullback, and I was pretty much looking for a three-wave pullback. I was hoping that this was going to pull back nice and sharp and fall down into this level here, and possibly even lower depending on which time frame we were looking at. Instead, it's held its trend and it's inched its way up, and it's starting to curve and pick up speed, and that's a good sign for people who are in it for sure. But when it starts to curve and pick up speed, it means the majority of people are starting to pile in, and it's kind of going, this is short-term chart, it's kind of going parabolic, and a lot of times that means we're nearing the end of that rally. And we did, every time we've broken a high, when we broke the previous high over here, you get a quick pop, and then we saw a sharp $35 sell-off, and I'm kind of hoping we're going to see that same thing and get another opportunity to get in cheaper. Anyways, that's it for gold. There's not a whole lot we can do about that right now. I'm not willing to chase it. But as for the SP500, let's take a look here. This is the 60-minute chart. If we just zoom out, this is over the past month, and we've had this choppy bottom action, and we've had this run up, and now we had the breakout above this level here, and it's very choppy right here. Usually when you see this kind of choppy action, if you look back in time, we can see it over here when we had a reversal. Usually these tops, you start to see like quick sell-offs and then rally backs and sell-offs. So this kind of choppy action is, we also saw it down here. You see it at both tops and bottoms. So I'm a little hesitant. I have a feeling we could see a nice pullback to the 1095 area or so. I think right into the middle here, possibly back down to the 1110. If it goes down to 1110 today, it could be a great opportunity, because the market internals are somewhat already have moved down to where we want. Now we just need one further push to get them deeper into more of an oversold condition. But the trend for the SP is now up, in my opinion, and we're looking to buy the dips. So that's what I see there. As for the put call ratio, it's way down. It hasn't been working much of an indicator. Usually when it's up over 1, you want to buy because everybody's bearish. Everybody right now is bullish, and that's kind of got me thinking that we're still going to get more of a pullback in equities. As for the advanced decline line, it's trading in around the neutral area right now, almost at zero. But it usually clusters here in an uptrend. We'll see it stay in the upper quadrant here, going up and down. It'd be nice if we could get one quick pullback today, taking it down to maybe the 1500 or 2000 area, or just back down to this possibly if you have 1500 here, and maybe we'll get a setup. As for the NYSE trend, which measures volume, up and down volume, we've had a couple days over one. We had the low volume accumulation day, which was the move up in the breakout, and now we've had some distribution going on as the S&P consolidates the breakout. And it's looking like after 2 days, it's looking like we could actually get another low day here, which means we could see a push up in the equities today. Could be a Friday rally, which will be a little different than normal. Usually we see pretty strong sell-offs on Fridays or in the afternoons, but I think we could see a move up today, so we'll play that one by ear. As for the VIX, the VIX is trading right at a support level. It looks like it's ready for a bounce, like I mentioned before. Of course, all we need is one small little bounce, and the S&P will test back a little lower and give us a good buying opportunity. And that's about it for now. I'll update later in the chat room.